Hi, this is Cindy Cochran. Welcome to the podcast of my show. Remember, you can join me live every weekday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio, on Conroe's FM 106.1 and 104.5, and globally on irlonestar.com. If you're a big fan of my podcast, subscribe to my YouTube and SoundCloud channels, and you're always invited to my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. The Cindy Cochran Show is brought to you by our title sponsor, the Wooten Financial Group. Call today for all your financial concerns, 936-449-5952. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, and we are all live. Yes, we are. Sorry about last week. Bob is in the house, and you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and it's Monday Whodunit Day. And so we definitely going to have a crime scene laid out for us. And then you can go to my Facebook page, if my computer will ever come on. You know, I didn't tell it to update anything, but it's doing it. And
that's what Windows
maybe
does
because
now.
of the scare. Huh?
That's what Windows does now.
It just does it automatically?
Yeah, I think they all agree that they can't trust their own users to update their own computers. So it's like, you know what, we're going to do it. The station I have to remind myself when there's a major update to come in here at like 1 a.m. and to do it, because it'll just do it spontaneously throughout the day.
Whenever you
the station's gone down a couple times for about 10 minutes. I was like, what happened? Oh my gosh. And I find out it's because they updated it and they didn't want to tell me. And then I finally asked my brother, who's an IT guy, I go, how do I not have this happen? You either have to go get Windows 7 or you have to pay an obscene amount of money to make it a business authorized account, and our IT account basically, where you manage like 50 computers with that account.
That's how you
don't have to deal with it.
Override that.
Yeah,
it's like you always want to know, like, how can I keep that thing from going off on Saturday morning when I'm trying to sleep and it goes, dan, 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 and it's telling you, this is because we're having we have to do this. It's by law we have to do this. It's not that there's anything wrong, but, man, that thing is annoying. And the one time I missed that report or don't hear about it, I'll be the one complaining, calling like, why didn't you let us know that there was a hurricane coming? But this is at 30%, everybody. And plus, I know all the ones everybody that got excited Friday about our going live stream on the show page, the Cindy Cochran Facebook page, and we did that. And Don Wilson in Indiana was chatting, and he could chat on it, and Dennis O'Connor was chatting on it, and Dennis said, oh, this is the first time I've gotten to talk to you, Don. This is really exciting. So there's and Dennis wanted to know if he could cuss now and on it. But
well, it's bad enough that they have a picture to him, but you actually see him.
No, they don't do that. No, it's not like Skype. Thank goodness, because I think he still looks like Crichton, Harry Crichton, when he did the show with him, and he cut his hair all off, and he was like a whole different person. He said, I got to grow this hair out as soon as I can. But, now it's shutting down, and I guess it'll reboot itself. But that didn't take too long to update. But, the scare from this big hack that happened and all those people that are being, they're told, if you pay me $300, I will restore all your documents. And to this hospital that they did, they said they wanted $11 million to restore all of that. And they had to stop surgeries, they had to stop everything because of the information that they lost. And doesn't that cause us to pause and go like, should I put everything electronically of my life and all this information? There's no backup. And I mean backup like on a piece of paper that I can hold in my hand and look at, instead of depending on a cloud that may pass by. And iCloud is always telling me, back it up, you're not backed up. And, that could mean a lot of things. But I thought, it's too inconvenient. It says now, and to update. But Microsoft said the only way to keep yourself from having this happen to us, because they say it's going to happen in the United States, it'll be coming to us next, is that you have to keep updating. Every time that says we have an update. Don't ignore it. Don't put it off. And they were speaking exactly to me, because I don't have time for that. I'm not going to do it. And it'll say, can we do it while you're sleeping? You know, it'll ask all different things like, come on, let us do this while you're sleeping, and then it'll be great. But anyway, that's pretty scary. And what's funny is the victims of this was China and Russia. They were big victims of this hack, and everybody thought it was them doing it. And it could be people from there, from that country doing it, but they were victims as well. So they're still trying to find out.
Equal opportunity.
Isn't it funny? Like, why can't we just hone in on who's doing this and where they live and knock on their door and say, we know it's you. That's what is so bad. And maybe Richard's IT brother could explain why it's so difficult not to be able to find the person that is doing the hacking. Like, why can't we, with all our technology, it seems like, be able to find that guy? And is it because like Google? I don't know. It wasn't Google. Maybe it was. We were trying to get one of those guys to give up this person's address because they were on Facebook, and they wouldn't give it up to the law officers. We needed that because this person was.
Well, you had that San Bernardino thing about the phone.
Right, but this was somebody here that was actually threatening, and they said they were going to kill everybody, and they were going to do all this. It was some girl. They found it was a girl living in a little park somewhere, and a trailer park, and they found her because finally they got the server. I don't know whether it was Google or Facebook that gave them up and said, "Okay, you can have the address." And it was like one of the first test cases of you have this information, you can get us there, and we need to go there, and how that's going to protect the privacy of somebody threatening to kill everybody, I don't know. But it took a minute for them to give it up. So, but this is the hacking that's going on, and what they're doing is really so dangerous. And they said they got the codes, though, from the NSA, that they stole these codes from NSA, and so that they could break in and be able to hack all this stuff. Anyway, so it's scary, and if you'll keep updating, that's the clue. Do not open email that you don't have any idea who they are, and then those guys can go in and find your friends' names, and put their name on it, and they think you're answering an email or looking at an email from a friend. And I remember somebody hacked in at church and got my name and sent to all these people at church that, hey, I just lost 20 pounds, and let me tell you what it is. It's da-da-da-da. And I just laughed. I took a picture of myself, and I went, I just want y'all to know this is fake. It's easy to prove this is fake. Don't open this email. And so it was, that was the weirdest thing. I'd never been hacked before.
Well, there's a lot of fake things
right.
that go in there, but they're also, they do that, and it looks like the regular website of something.
Right.
Same the numbers and the words on it and everything looks right.
Right.
But it's actually because you already have that, when you go into it, it's where it gets you.
Yeah, you give them enough levels to get to it. And and I'm like the worst. I wish, for their sake, I had something that would profit them for getting into, but there's nothing there. And unless they want to put some money into my account, that would be great. But they usually don't want to do that.
All they're trying to do is scam your money, is what it is.
Right.
Or your personal information.
Right. And see, I don't order anything online ever. I ordered one thing. I ordered, it was from television, and I ordered a soccer ball that's cut in half, and it kind of floats. You can kick it back and forth in the house, and it floats. It was this really cool looking deal, and the kids wanted it so bad. It was $9.99. I went, okay, and I did it, and never got it, and they got my money, but I never got it. And then I had to close that account because I didn't know what they were going to do. It scared me. I was like, okay, they're going to start taking $9.99 out of every month and out of my account. But that's what's so bad is they do stuff like this, and it's got a great how easy it is for people to order things and get things, and and most of the time, like, it does work. But when it doesn't, you just like, I just don't want to put up with trying to get back your, the identity and all that stuff. After you've gone through that one time, it's like you're scared to death to do anything.
Makes you not want to do it at all.
No, exactly. And what's bad, we were talking about Friday, how the brick and mortar, the malls and all are dying because they cannot sustain, the challenge from eBay and all that. They can't
But
do
when
it.
when you have these websites that are actually doing that and they're offering free shipping
Right,
and
right.
and that sort of thing, why do you want to go?
Right. And Jake, the intern, was saying, "Oh no, Cindy, the malls will never go away because people need a place to meet." And I said, they don't care if they're not making money. They don't care if you have a place to meet. They're not going to try to stay open for you because it is just like a dying breed of. And we have a glut of shopping malls and the outlet centers and all that. And so, if they can't sustain that, imagine how much property is going to be up for sale or up for rent, or that we can finally have a place for the homeless to stay. That's going to be interesting to see what they do with all this space, because I don't know how many years it will take, but they'll just have to do one mega store for old time's sake. Those people that can't get over going in and shopping. But it was like a godsend for someone like Sam, because he can't stand to be where there are a lot of other people. Like, forget about it. He doesn't want to do shopping and all that. So he loves to do online. So
No more Black Friday.
no more. That's exactly.
No, they'll have that.
They'll do
Well,
it
you can
online
do it
though.
on the internet for some, but not like it is where you
You show up at 4 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, Cindy, what they need to do at the department stores is create that experience you would get on like Saks Fifth Avenue over there, because they have they bring you wine and they they help you in a sense of finding the right clothes. I mean, if you go to JCPenney or no one really wants to help you,
Right.
and if you create the shopping experience, for example, I know Holly would be there all day. If you create the shop, and she'll spend money. But you just have to create the experience of going to, what's really interesting to me is as a man, you go to Dillard's or anything to get a suit, and I've been there clueless about suits, and there's always been one guy there that knows everything, and he's really helpful, and he guides you along. But then when I go back and he's not there, people who are there don't care, and it's just like, well, I was really interested in buying a suit, but I mean, you don't have an opinion, you don't know how to measure people, and it's just kind of like, why would I go get a suit through you if that's what's gonna take for me to actually spend $200 to
Right.
Some of the suits for guys are really expensive.
Very.
So
very.
if you're gonna be dropping $1,000, you want to have that experience. Make sure it fits right too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through an ordeal right now, getting my suit for a wedding, and the tailor's up in Dallas, and that's who you had to go through for the wedding.
What?
Yeah, and it's like it's been an ordeal, and I'm like, can I just go somewhere locally and get it fitted? And
You mean you're gonna have to drive to Dallas to get fitted?
well, that probably would have been easier to do what we're doing now, but
Are you measuring yourself and sending them?
no, I got
measurements?
measured, and it's just the guy, the way they do their suits, he didn't fully explain that it's like
Mhm.
a package deal. So I'm a small guy,
Mm-hmm.
but so like my chest size is small. So when he ordered the jacket, it came with the pants. Well, the pants fit like a kid, and so I'm like, I'm bigger than that. I'm sorry. And I even said it, like, I didn't know what to do, because, I told him exactly what my measurements were. And I even
Right.
said, these are off measurements for suits, because I'm a small frame, skinny guy, but I'm also 5'10", so I'm not like a kid. And he sent me, like, size, 29, 30 pants. And I'm like, I'm not a size 30. I was a size 30 in, 11th grade. But
That's great. I don't know if I can give up the experience of trying on shoes at Walmart and walking with them tied together and trying to figure out, do they fit or not. I went to Foley's one time, and I sat down, and the guy was going to put the shoes on me. I said, this is so weird that I don't have to walk like this to try them on. He goes, you mean like at Walmart? He knew exactly what I was doing.
do you think that's true, though? I mean, I feel like if they create a better experience for the shopper, then you'll not only sell more money, but you'll come back, because a lot of people don't know online if it's going to look good or what it's going to fit like.
I don't know if they'll invest, though. That's the thing. Will they invest in the money and the people there to be able to wait on you?
Places like Macy's and Dillard's used to have full-time positions where people, men and women, can make a good living and support a family.
Right.
being like the head of the department or being someone like that, and they literally make commission.
And that's
off
going,
but they don't do that
away.
anymore.
Yeah,
so.
that's sad. It is going away. So things are changing.
Well, I think that part of that is that the stores now do not give you individual time. You know, they put it on the shelf and you can pull it off the shelf and that's it. You don't have somebody that tells you what you need to do or what
Well,
size
that's what I'm saying.
you need.
Like that one guy at Dealers in the Woodlands knew exactly if you're gonna get this suit, you need to get this shirt, and this shirt, and this shirt, and of course he's selling you, but at least it's making sense. Like, oh, it does look good. Oh, that does look good. I can't afford 3 of them, but I can afford 1 of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, then you need to choose this one. This one's the best one.
See, that's a lost art. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. There may be like one big mall, and then people can still go to one, but they're not going to be spread out like they are in the urban wise because people are not going to go to it and do it. They're going to start doing all online, and that's just kind of watching that go away.
And that's the reason why, because they're not getting any information.
Right. It's not special. To try and find somebody is horrible. I know we got to go to a break. I'm sorry. Listen, this is Who Done It Monday. I've got Lieutenant Bob and making him talk about things that aren't as important as what he has to say. And he's got something to tell us about that we all want to listen to. He's got an announcement that's coming up right after this break, and then we're going to go into our crime scene and try and figure out who done it. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and you know what that means. You're real reality radio. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Every week, people ask the same 2 questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these 2 questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, 1-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wooten Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran Show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wooten Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wooten Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.wootenfinancial.com. That's www.wootonfinancial.com.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. It's Monday. And
Do you have a mouthful of something?
Thanks for drawing attention to that, Richard. I can't help it. If you're around downtown Conroe, you need to go to the Conroe coffee shop and get their croissant. Their breakfast ham and cheese and egg croissant is amazing. So I took a little bite of it. It looked like a chipmunk I'm storing over here. And then we went on. I was just listening to Richard and Bob. I'll say, Bob, I know you have an announcement to make, so this will be a perfect time to make that announcement so I can come back and talk right.
Yes, this is National Police Week. It is an annual ceremony for the police. It started yesterday nationwide, and we are actually doing our ceremony on Thursday of this week at 12 noon, Heritage Park, Heritage Place, and we do that every year, rain or shine. And so we go out for that. And so we
he's kept the camera on me while you're doing all the talking. Now he's on you. Okay.
I was trying to figure out you're giving sign signals.
I was like, put the camera on him.
But anyway, 12 noon Thursday, we have a ceremony. The only officer so far that has died in the line of duty for the city of Conroe has been Sergeant Ed Holcomb, and that was in 1984.
Now that's amazing. That's amazing.
And we still go to the ceremony for him and also as for the other officers that are killed in the line of duty.
Nationally.
National.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so we have a speaker, taps, we have bagpipers, the shotguns, the whole 9 yards. It's a very honoring, and it's a good ceremony.
And is that the 21 gun salute?
Yes.
Okay.
We use shotguns. Yeah.
Because we're in Texas. Is that why? It's like, okay. But I remember I was telling you that the taps just kill me. And you go, wait till you hear the bagpipes.
That's right.
And he just played the bagpipes version of taps, and that's very emotional.
Well, we do also the bagpipers. They actually do Amazing Grace
Oh yeah.
with the bagpipes, and that just makes you,
God.
just breaks you down.
Well, so it's Thursday, and it's going to be at the Flag. What is that Flag Park? That's
Yeah, about 2 blocks away from where we're at right now, right
Okay.
from the courthouse at Heritage Place, and
at Heritage.
Hill.
Oh,
yeah, right
oh,
down
the hill. Okay,
the hill.
okay.
Yeah.
You know, I thought you were talking about was the Flag Park that has all the flags around it.
No.
Okay.
Right there at Heritage Place,
Okay.
2 blocks from the courthouse.
So the ceremony takes place on the stage there.
Yes, the ceremony itself, the speakers will be on they'll have chairs and everything there.
Right.
The officers will actually be standing on the hill.
Oh, very cool.
And I'm not sure about this year, but the last several years, Sacred Heart Church brings their children from the school and have them go into sit on the hill with us on that as well.
Oh, that's awesome. How emotional that's going to be. But that's great.
Yes.
It's so well deserved, and our officers here in Conroe, we certainly offer all our kudos to you guys and what you do, and all first responders, but the officers that will be being honored. And I think that it's so great because all the tension and all of it has happened because of different officers that have been gunned down and just assassinated. That a lot of the attention that was brought from that, and the awareness that we need to be better and better serve our officers as well as they serve us, and because of scaring off people who want to become officers, that's going to hurt us. So we need to give as much attention, and especially positive attention to officers when we see them out. I love when people go up to them, or they pay for their dinner, or they do something that says, "I thank you so much," because it's hard to know how do you thank an officer.
It's amazing. In the last year or so, we have seen so many people going into restaurants. We'll be eating something, and they'll come by and shake our hand. And it's something in the last year or two that we have never seen anything like that. It's actually, you can really know who is on our side.
Right,
And,
right.
And I mentioned too, not only just the ceremony, it's not for just us. We also have DPS, we have the county, we have the constables, we have other agencies from other towns that come in with an honor guard or with some other officers with them, with us in that.
Oh, they do.
And so
Oh,
we have a couple
great.
of hundred at least in there before it's all over with.
that is
So,
great.
Yes.
Well, so that's going to be Thursday, starting at
Thursday
noon.
at noon.
Right. So everybody takes off for lunch. You can go by and
Yes.
watch this happen, and honor our officers.
Yeah.
And the fact that only one has died since 1984.
Right.
That's great. How did the Americana thing? I just want to ask this real quick. Americana, how'd that go? Have you talked to other officers?
I wasn't there, but it's different sides. Some people say, well, it was okay. But then the people that were actually there that were working it said it was great.
Okay.
So it depends on
Who you talked to.
who's doing it.
Well,
but everybody liked the music. It was fun, but everybody had their own little idea on whether it was or not. So
what was what? And this is the first year, so everybody's got to
Yes.
you get one under your belt, and you don't go to school and that. But I think that Richard was saying, I think it was so true, that people would get into a venue, and then they wouldn't want to leave because they like it. So a lot of times the streets weren't as full because everybody was staking out where's a good place to be, and you're going to have
Right.
these different bands that come and play and all that. So I think that's cool. The guys across the street, have you seen what's going on across the street?
I noticed that they've been working on it and either tearing it down or picking it back up, or I'm not sure exactly what they were doing. but you'll have to
Sparkle
tell me.
Ice House is going to become a barbecue and steak restaurant.
Oh,
And they are working very hard. They just did a appreciation on Friday. They did appreciation for everybody that worked hard during the Americana thing with them, because they weren't open yet, and they're trying to get open, make sure they're open for Catfish Festival. But it seems like it's going to be great. And I talked to the general manager, and he said they're trying for July 4th, but he doesn't want to announce anything until he makes sure that that's when it's going to open and be open. And also, I talked to Ron, the Red Brick general manager, and he was over there helping these guys. And I went, "That's so nice of you." He says, "Well, we're all in this together. We want everybody to succeed downtown. So whatever we can do to help them, that's what we're here for." And I went, "Will you come on the show and talk about food?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'd love to." And so hopefully tomorrow I can get him in here, if it's not tomorrow, Wednesday, to talk about Red Brick, about what's going on downtown, and all the places that you can eat around here. But it's exciting. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
I thought about stopping and asking them what they were going to do, but when we do that and I have a badge and a gun and all that kind of stuff on there, we don't. They really don't know, what do you want on to be? Why are you here? And
It was funny
who's in
'cause
trouble? And
it was funny. He said, "If you want to come in and eat, come in." I went, no. I want you to come on the show and talk about, whenever you guys get ready to open up. Because we're so excited that we can just walk across the street and get something to eat. That's great. But anyway, okay. So now, is there anything else you need to talk about, Lieutenant Bob?
I'm good for
in the
now.
community? Okay, all right.
I'm sure I'll find something else.
Okay, well, that'll be fine. But now we need to get into Who Done It. If you're just joining us on 106.1 or 104.5, this is a time when we will have Lieutenant Bob lay out a crime scene that he has actually worked and that he's been a part of. And it's a past one. We're not going to say any names or anything like that, but he lays out the clues, and then we have to guess through the clues who. Thank you, sweetheart. See, that's good, girl. Yeah, it's ready to be to look at my Facebook page now. So I'm getting ready to go. I guess I thought it was. We're going to do this when we come back for a break because we talked too much about the other, but that's okay.
So
That
much
was
fun.
And that's exactly right. So we've got an exciting whodunit coming up with Lieutenant Bob. So stay with us. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio. We'll be right back.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wooten Financial Group's process of helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran Show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wooten Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wooten Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.wootenfinancial.com. That's www.wootonfinancial.com.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. And finally, I know for other people going like, let's get to the whodunit. So now we're going to jump into the I can't even say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let you start this. Okay, get ready for whodunit with Lieutenant Bob Berry and go.
It was a weekend, hot, clear day. We got a call from a friend of the people that were in this apartment, our duplex. And so they called and said, "Hey, we haven't heard from this lady that was in the apartment." So we went there, knocked on the door, no answer. We could tell at that point that when people die, we know what, after we do a few of them, we know how it looks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We can see that something's not right.
Right.
And so we actually got into the house and we found two people in the house, a male and a female. They were both in, I would say, above 60 or more in age. And so we found a male and a female. And so it was a somewhat gruesome scene as well. And apparently both of the people had been dead for at least 2 days or more.
Okay, yikes. All right. Now, I like to get into the really, gruesome part of it. Okay, somebody's been dead for 2 or 3 days. It's a hot day. It's a summertime in
Yes.
Conroe, and we know what that's
Yes,
like.
in the summer it was very hot.
We know what that's like. So when somebody's been dead for that long and it's hot, can you tell outside the apartment that something's, like you can
Yes.
smell, the smell is there?
Yes.
So when you go on, do you put a mask on, or do you do the thing like they did in the Silence of the Lambs, where she took the stuff and put it put it under her nose?
There's several different things we can do. Most of the time we're able to do without that, but there's sometimes when you really got to put a mask on.
You do. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. But so you walked in, and how many of there are you that walk into this scene?
Actually, there were two officers. We typically stop at all calls for service with two people. And unless there's something that's really major, we didn't know what it was at that time, so we had two officers.
You knew there wasn't anybody else in the house because it's been a while.
Yeah, you could tell that they had been there for a while. And so, of course, they called for the cavalry, and we started with the other officers, set up a perimeter, get the detectives, and we make contact into the building, in the apartment. So we go in and we found a female on the floor in the kitchen and a male at the front door.
Oh, so they weren't the same. Okay. So you had one at the front door, and they were dead. Could you tell, was it a gunshot, stab wound, or a blunt instrument?
There were great trauma to both of the people, and it
Head
was around the head and the neck area. Yeah, the rest of them, there were no other
marks,
traumas or marks in there anywhere on the body.
So it was like with a blunt instrument they
Yes.
were hit. Okay, but that being that far apart is weird to me, because it would seem like if he was killed in the living room and she's in the kitchen, she would hear it. I mean, she would hear it and like run to where he was, and not be still in the kitchen.
It apparently happened so fast that as soon as the door was open, he was
Bludgeoned.
Yes, bludgeoned with a well, I don't want to give that part away.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
But it was, and so he was actually out at that time.
Was it more than? Would it be more than one person? Like, would that tell you it's more than one person? Because he's down, and then she's still in the kitchen, and somebody went to the kitchen at the same time.
One person.
It is one person. Okay.
Came in. Yes.
Okay. One person. All right. So, what was she doing in the kitchen? Was she
was
making?
cooking.
She was cooking.
Apparently, with the history of what we found out with those people, the male would come in and mow the yard and take care of what, little things need to be fixed and that sort of thing. Just, they were friends.
Oh, this wasn't her husband that was killed?
No, it was a friend.
A friend. Oh, okay. I was assuming. Shame on me. Okay. And you found that out was a neighbor called it in, right?
Neighbors and then also family members.
Okay.
And all that. Once we started investigating, we talked to the families, and they knew that both of these people, they were friends and had been for quite some time. And so she was in the kitchen, and she was making spaghetti.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
That's going to turn my on spaghetti. Was the spaghetti still on the stove?
Yes.
Was the stove on?
No.
So the killer, or maybe she had turned it off. I was going to say that she was cooking that, and the killer was nice enough to turn the stove off so that it wouldn't burn the house down.
Our belief on that was that it was just about ready to
serve.
Oh,
okay. Well, that's good. Even those little details like that to figure out what that would mean, or would that have any significance at all. Okay, so when you talk to the family, was there anything in their background that would draw someone in to want to do harm to them?
A reason?
Yeah.
Nothing mean, or no people that didn't like them or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it was somebody that had to know something.
Like if there was money in the house, or drugs in the house, or...
You're getting warm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Money? It wasn't money, it wasn't drugs.
Well, no, it wasn't drugs.
It wasn't drugs, but money could be there. Yeah. And so someone, like a family member, would it have been a family member?
You're going too fast, quite so. Quite so fast. You're going. Yes, it was the person that came in to the house was a male, and was actually the one that bludgeoned the two people.
Yeah.
But the other person was involved with that because it had the information.
Okay, so that person is culpable because
Yes.
they had the information. Were they on the scene, or was this
No.
Was it a paid deal? Like,
No.
I'll pay you to kill them?
No.
So both of them were family members?
No, one was a family member, the other was a boyfriend.
Aha. Oh, that little skank. So the girl was the relative
Yes.
to the older lady.
Mhm.
And the poor guy that helped out and did that, her friend, was just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh, no. Well, that's terrible. Okay, so
Nobody was disliked those people at all. There was no reason. There were no feuds or anything with anybody.
but there was money on the property, or money if they died, this person would get it.
Mostly they're in the house.
Okay, so she told the boyfriend, we need some money. I know where to get it. You have to go. But you have to kill him to get it? You couldn't go over and say, I brought you some chocolate chip cookies. Let's see, it's in the kitchen, and the guy goes and gets the money out wherever it is. I don't get that. To do that much damage and then put yourself in that kind of position, they were pretty stupid. But criminals aren't real smart, right? Okay. So how do you catch her? Or how do you catch him? Did you get him first or her first?
Him first.
Him first, and he threw her under the bus because she's the one who...
Yeah, eventually got that way. Yeah.
Were you in the interrogation?
Not necessarily with all the interviews, but I was there in the case, yeah.
You were, okay. I was just wondering if you played a good cop or a bad cop.
At that point, I was actually working part of the crime scene.
Okay, you mean when they were doing the interviews with the...
Well, the detectives and everybody were actually doing their side of it.
Okay.
I was actually working part of the crime scene.
You were still looking for evidence and the weapons and that kind of thing.
Now, this was a very old case in there. It was like when I was first starting, like in the early 90s.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was way
Way
long
back.
time ago. Yeah. So that you remember that. That's good.
Mhm.
But where'd they find the weapon? I mean, how did it lead you to this guy? What led you to this boyfriend?
We found what the thing was, the thing that caused it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have any fingerprints or anything like that on there. At that time, see, of course, we didn't have a lot of DNA or anything like
right.
that.
The
either.
forensics wasn't as,
Yeah, the forensic weren't what they are right now.
yeah.
But we started talking to all the people that were in family members and that sort of thing.
And that's where you gathered a lot of the clues.
Yes.
Was she there as part of the interview and acting like she's so upset that this happened, or?
Not there at the scene. Nobody was there at the scene other than us. And but eventually the detectives got to going down the line and seeing who was doing. And of course, this one person did not really, kind of hinky. It just didn't sound right.
Ah. So just from that, from a gut instinct, and then did she give up the boyfriend?
Mhm.
She gave him up. Oh,
Because he was always running around with her. So, and even the family knew that as well.
Oh,
And so it's like, well, you need to talk to him too. And so that's where that came in at.
okay. And then she gave him up, confessed that he did it. But didn't she get in some trouble because she was, what do they call them? Aiding and abetting? Aiding? What do you call
She
those
was the
two?
cause of it, actually.
Yeah.
And so what happened was the niece, I guess you would say, or granddaughter,
Yeah.
would come in and visit and that sort of thing. And everybody knew that the lady had got a check
Oh,
for several $1,000s.
okay. Ah, so that was the motive.
That was the motive,
money,
yeah.
the money, but she didn't want to get her hands dirty, so she had her boyfriend do it.
Correct.
I wonder if if you're going to just rob the person and to get the check or whatever, but she'd have to have her dead to be able to. How is she going to cash a check? How would she do that?
Actually, that's another part of the story.
Oh, what?
It's not the end.
Okay, we'll be right back. We got to go to a break, and then we'll come back and,
I'll do Paul
and tie it
Harvey.
up. Yeah, and do the rest of the story and tie it up for us. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show with Lieutenant Bob Berry on the Who Done It Monday, and we'll be right back. Don't go away. And we want to thank, always, our sponsor, Wooten Financial Group. We'll be right back.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wooten Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran Show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wooten Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wooten Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.wootenfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you so much for listening. And again, we want to thank our sponsor, the Wooten Financial Group. And listen, he gave us a cliffhanger, Lieutenant Bob did, on Who Done It. And now we're about to wrap this up. So, okay, Bob, our last segment. Okay, here we are. And we've got the guy, we've got the girl, and we want to find out now the weapon.
Yes.
Was what?
A hammer.
A hammer. Like a regular
ball-peen hammer.
Ball-peen hammer. I'm going to knock you upside the head. Okay,
That's right.
A ball-peen hammer. And now, is the indention tells you that? Is that what you look at? The indention?
There's quite a bit of blood in the scene, and what happens is when you hit somebody in the head, because it's thin, the skin, it will bleed.
Right.
And so what happens with that is you do get the blood.
The blood splatter.
Blood splatter.
Oh boy, if you watch Forensic Files or any of those, the blood
You'll
splatter
see
is a
that.
whole art in
It
studying.
is.
Yeah.
It is. And so then also, once we go into the forensics part of it and we get to see it, you can see the indentions on the skull for each one of them.
And how many times was the guy hit?
On the average, around 15.
Now you said he was a hoss. He looked.
Yeah,
He was big.
A big guy, kind of like Hoss on Bonanza. He was a big guy.
And I guess if he opens the door and he, hits him, I mean, it's certainly a surprise. But this guy couldn't fight back. Like the first knock in the head probably did him. I mean, like knocked him out.
At least knocked him out. Yeah.
Oh,
at that
man.
point. But there were more hits than just that one.
And see, that's we watch the movies and all that, and somebody takes a bat or they hit him, and you have to hit pretty hard to get someone to knock them out. Like you have to know how hard to hit somebody.
You got to do it pretty hard.
Yeah, so he wants to make sure this guy is not going to wake up or anything like that, so he keeps doing it. So now the guy's dead, and then that's what I was saying. It's like it seemed like the scuffle, the noise, or something where she would have walked in there and then saw what was going on and ran or something. But she was
not there.
no, she was in the kitchen. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, the lady.
Yeah,
yes,
the lady.
okay.
If the lady would have heard something and would have walked in there and said like, George, are you okay? And what's going on? Who was it? That drives me crazy. Like the aftermath, like trying to figure out what she would have been doing. Why didn't she run? And and then he comes in, hits her. How many times did he hit her?
Several.
Several times.
Yeah. I would say somewhere on the average, close to 15 at each one of them.
Good grief. So they get the check. And how they cash the check?
They forged it, cashed it,
Cashed it,
and then the rest of the story, they bought a car.
oh my word. Well, they ought to do seminars on like, if you're going to do this, don't go buy a car with the cash. Don't start buying stuff and people go like, where'd you get the money? Like, oh, let's see, Aunt Flo just got robbed. Okay, so that's what happened. And then, oh, brother. And so you caught them. They, she gave it up, and now they went to jail for a long time, I hope.
The male was actually acquitted.
What?
Yes.
He banged on these people that many times, and and killed them and was acquitted? What?
And then on the other side with her, she already had other issues as well.
Oh, okay.
So that was, put in with that. I don't know what's happened now with that, but that was where it started.
Man. Okay, so we're going to let you go, and your probation is that you can't go near a ball-peen hammer ever again. If we catch you near a ball-peen hammer, you're going to be taken. That's ridiculous. That guy did it. I don't care if it was her fault.
The evidence is there's no witness. It's her word against his word.
Oh.
He has an alibi, which may or may not have worked. And there were no fingerprints or DNA on the hammer.
Yeah.
And so
he's saying it could have been her that did it?
It could have been, it could have been anybody.
And see, this tall guy, you tell me about this tall guy, and she wasn't probably that tall, and how she jumped up and hit him on the head that many times. That's kind of bit. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible that he got acquitted. Man. Okay. Well, that'll bother me all day, but it's over with. It happened in 1990?
Early
Something?
90s.
90, yeah. Good. Okay, guys. Well, I hope that helped you out, because Dennis O'Connor, when we weren't here last Monday, said, man, I was all ready for a good murder. So I hope that helped
when
you.
is there a good murder?
That's right. For Dennis, it's every Monday on Who Done It. Okay, guys, I'm here all week, 10 to 11. So please join us, and we thank you so much for listening. We will we'll be here tomorrow. You're listening to Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio. Have a great day. Hi, this is Cindy Cochran, and I want to thank you for checking out The Cindy Cochran Show and invite you to listen live every weekday morning from 10 to 11 on FM 106.1 and on 104.5 and globally on irlonestar.com. The show you just fell in love with was recorded and will be posted on our podcast channels on iTunes and Google Play. You can even watch the show on our YouTube and on TV with our City TV Channel 12 on Suddenlink. So make sure to subscribe to keep up with me. My Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show, is always a good place to contact me through messages, to interact live on the air and ask questions, make suggestions, whatever. Special shout out to the show title sponsor, the Wooten Financial Group.